hope everyone's enjoying their lunch. I'm Steve Watkins. I'm the editor of Federal Times, and it's a real honor for Federal Times to be the media sponsor of this terrific event. It's great to see such an incredible turnout, and what a great program we have underway. I'm very pleased, and it's good again for Federal Times to be part of this. So I'm very happy to be here, and especially thrilled to introduce our speaker for our keynote lunch. Federal Times, we have on our website a cartoon. It's called FedTimes. And the cartoon that we have on there right now, it's a manager and a team of people, and they're sitting around the table. And the manager says to his team, "Well, gang, unfortunately, I'm afraid to say our productivity is slipping. We've only accomplished 40% of all the reports and forms that we're required to do that no one will ever read." And I point that out because it made me, it reminded me of when I first came to Washington as a reporter, and I was covering the Pentagon for some trade publications at the time. And this was in the early 90s. And there was a stream of GAO reports that seemed unceasing, that would just bash DOD over the head for business operations. And it was just one after the other, and it had all sorts of words like enterprise and architecture and systems and integration, usually in a negative context. But basically, it was taking DOD to task for its tangle of financial management systems and logistical operations that were unmanageable and inventories that nobody really had a good account of. And in general, it was a mess. And I remember thinking, my God, these reports are the driest things I've ever read. Who on earth is reading these? Besides me, of course. And I realize now that I'm probably looking at most of the universe of the people who are reading those reports. So good to be with you. And we're going to have speaking for us the Defense Department executive who's responsible for fixing all of this, and with due credit, the department has come an awful long way over the years. But the theme of every GAO report I've ever read, there's been dozens, if not scores. Problems abound, billions of dollars unaccounted for, progress made, but much improvement still needed. So basically, that's all it needed to put on the title and with each one. Our speaker today is Beth McGrath, and she is the very first Deputy Chief Management Officer at the Defense Department. And she reports to Deputy Secretary Bill Lynn. As the Deputy Chief Management Officer, she has an incredible portfolio of duties and responsibilities. Among those, she advises the Deputy Secretary and Secretary of Defense on matters relating to management and the improvement of business operations. She serves as the milestone decision authority for numerous business-focused major automation information systems, automated information systems. She executes the department's governance body for business transformation, which is called the Defense Business Systems Management Committee. She establishes the performance goals and measurements for the department's business operations. She implements the department's continuous process improvement efforts and is the vice chair of the Performance Accountability Council that's responsible to the President to reform the government-wide security clearance process. And that's something that Federal Times has been keeping a close watch on as well. She serves as the department's Performance Improvement Officer, responsible for formulating the departmental strategic management plan, which I took a look at, and it's worth reading. It's quite a document. Elizabeth previously served as Deputy Director for Systems Integration at DFAS, the Defense Finance Accounting Service, where she created a financial migration strategy. She's managed the entire financial architecture supporting the DoD-wide standard financial system, integrating it with the department's target enterprise architecture. And she possesses more than 20 years of applied acquisition experience with major defense acquisition programs and major automated information systems. In 2008, she was awarded the Meritorious Executive Presidential Rank Award, a very elite award for SES members, as well as the Office of Secretary of Defense Exceptional Civilian Service Award. There's plenty more in her bio, which I imagine you all have, so I won't take more of her time, but I'm very pleased to welcome Elizabeth McGrath.